All right, so get this, 2025.
Mm.
It's the year humanoid robots go from science fiction to just science.
Wow.
No more waiting for the future.
Right.
It's here. And
It's pretty exciting.
you shared some fascinating stuff with us. I mean, a whole PDF comparing all these new robots.
Yeah.
And a bunch of articles about Tesla's Optimus.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say, I'm a little geeky about this.
Yeah.
So let's deep dive into it.
Yep.
What can these robots actually do?
Right.
How does the tech work?
Mm-hmm.
And should we be excited
Or terrified. Yeah.
or running for the hills?
That's a valid question.
Right.
It's not every day we see technology evolve this quickly.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a major shift.
it is.
And understanding the capabilities and the implications is crucial.
Okay, so first up, this PDF.
Okay.
It's a gold mine.
Yeah?
We're not talking one or two robots.
Yeah.
We're talking like 15 different ones
At least.
hitting the market this year.
Absolutely.
And they're not just for factories anymore.
No, not at all. It's fascinating how diverse their applications are becoming.
Yeah.
We're seeing robots designed for everything from
Right.
construction
Yeah.
and healthcare
Yeah.
to even childcare.
Wow.
The vision for these machines,
Yeah.
it's clearly expanding beyond simple repetitive tasks.
And the price range is all over the map.
Oh, yeah.
You've got Engine AI's PM01
Right.
going for about $35 a day,
Wow.
while 1X's Neo is over $1,000 a day.
Right.
So what's driving that difference?
A lot of it comes down to degrees of freedom.
Degrees of freedom.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's basically a measure of how many ways a robot can move its joints.
Interesting.
More degrees of freedom. It means
Okay.
more dexterity, more complex movements,
Right.
and of course, higher costs.
So a robot flipping burgers wouldn't need as many degrees of freedom as a robot performing surgery.
Exactly.
Or
The
not.
PM01, for example, has 23 degrees of freedom.
Great.
Great for simpler tasks. Okay.
But the Neo
Yeah.
has over 60,
Wow.
allowing it to do much more intricate things.
So it's like comparing a basic hand puppet
Yes.
to a concert pianist's hand.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Let's pivot to Tesla.
Okay.
Optimus is everywhere in the news lately.
Right.
These articles you shared
Yeah.
show its journey from, I mean, it was a pretty clunky prototype at first
Yeah.
to something much more refined now.
It's definitely come a long way.
Yeah,
Tesla's approach is really intriguing.
it is.
They're not just building a specialized machine.
Yeah.
They're leveraging
Yes.
their expertise in AI and electric vehicles
Right.
to create a general purpose robot.
Yeah,
It's a bold move.
it is a bold move, and they're making real progress.
Oh, yeah.
Optimus Gen 2 was a big jump.
Huge.
Smoother walking, articulated toes, faster arms.
Yeah.
But Gen 3,
Yes.
now that's where it gets really interesting.
Now we're talking.
Those new hands.
Oh, those hands
Oh,
are amazing.
yeah.
Gen 3's hands are a game changer.
Yeah, with 22 degrees of freedom
Wow.
and tactile sensing.
It's okay.
They interact with the world
Yeah.
more like we do.
Right.
Previous robots really struggled with that.
Yeah.
Replicating a human sense of touch
Right.
is a huge engineering feat.
It is a huge feat.
Hmm.
One article said they can even pick up an egg without crushing it.
I saw that.
I mean, that delicate touch has been a major hurdle
Oh, absolutely.
for robots in the past.
Mm.
It's a testament
It really is.
to how sophisticated this technology is becoming.
If you think about it, what's easy for us, like
Right.
picking up an egg,
Right.
is incredibly complex for a machine.
Right.
That's actually the core
Okay.
of Moravec's paradox.
Moravec's paradox. Okay.
Things we find intuitive are
Yeah.
difficult for robots,
Oh.
and things we find difficult, like
Yeah.
complex math, are easy for them.
But that's why training these robots is so different from traditional programming.
Completely different.
Right. It's not just about,
It's not just a list of instructions.
right, they
Mhm.
need to learn from experience.
Yeah, they need to learn.
Like we do.
Exactly. Traditional programming just doesn't cut it
Right.
when you're dealing with the complexities
Right.
of human-like movement
Yeah.
and interaction.
Oh, okay.
Tesla's pioneering a new approach
Okay.
using teleoperation.
Teleoperation.
Yeah, they have humans
Okay.
wear VR headsets and motion capture suits,
Wow.
essentially showing Optimus.
Oh, so they're showing them.
Yeah, showing it how to do things
Interesting.
in the real world.
And get this, Optimus can also learn by watching videos.
I know.
It's incredible.
It's pretty wild.
And a little bit unnerving, right?
It makes you wonder
Yeah.
about the possibilities, but also the risks.
The possibilities, but also
Yeah.
what could go wrong.
Right. Right?
Exactly. It makes you think.
Yeah. What if someone showed it a video of something harmful?
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a sobering thought.
Mm-hmm.
Elon Musk has been talking a lot about safety
Yeah.
and making sure robots don't pose a danger
He is.
to humans.
Right.
So do you think there are enough safeguards in place?
Well, Musk has definitely been vocal about the need for responsible development.
Yeah.
He's talked about kill switches and other safety measures,
Right.
but it's a conversation that needs to involve everyone,
Right.
not just engineers.
Right.
We need ethicists, policymakers, and the public involved in setting those boundaries.
Okay, well, that was a whirlwind tour
He has a lot.
of robot capabilities
Yeah.
and some potential ethical considerations.
Yeah, we're just scratching the surface.
Let's take a breather
Okay.
and come back for part 2.
Sounds good.
Good. All right, we're back diving deeper into the world of humanoid robots.
Mm-hmm.
Before the break, we talked about some pretty mind-blowing capabilities.
Yeah, they are pretty impressive.
But I'm curious, how does all this stuff actually work? The articles mention these things called actuators.
Yes.
Are those the secret sauce?
Actuators are definitely key. They're like the muscles of a robot,
Okay.
converting those electrical signals into movement.
So they're what? Allow a robot to...
Walk, grasp objects, basically do all the things we see in those impressive demo videos.
And Tesla's going all out.
They are.
Building their own actuators for Optimus instead of using off-the-shelf parts.
Right. Exactly.
So I guess they're not satisfied with anything less than the best.
They realized early on that existing actuators weren't going to cut it for their vision of Optimus. I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
They want this robot to move with the same grace and precision as their cars.
Oh, that's a good call.
So they brought in their top engineers from the automotive side to design actuators specifically for Optimus.
Wow, so they're basically treating Optimus like a super advanced electric vehicle.
Pretty much.
That makes sense given their expertise. But even with the best actuators, getting a robot to walk like a human is incredibly difficult.
Oh, absolutely.
Right. We've all seen those early robot videos.
Lots of jerky movements.
Stumbles.
Falls.
Lots of falls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We humans take walking for granted.
I know, right?
But it's a super complex process.
Yeah.
Involving balance, coordination, momentum.
It's complicated.
Oh, it's incredibly complicated. Yeah. Replicating that in a machine is a massive challenge. There's a reason why those early robots look so clunky.
There is.
But Tesla seems to have made huge progress.
Oh, yeah.
With Optimus Gen 2 and Gen 3. They're walking way smoother now.
Much smoother.
What did they change?
Well, they focused on improving balance control and optimizing how Optimus walks. Remember those articulated toes we talked about?
Oh, yeah.
Those help make Optimus's steps
more natural and stable.
Okay.
Just like our own feet and ankles help us stay upright.
So it's those subtle details that make a big difference.
Absolutely.
Okay, so walking is one thing. But navigating the real world, that's a whole other challenge.
It is a whole other challenge.
I saw a clip
Yeah.
of Optimus moving through a Tesla factory,
Oh, yeah.
dodging obstacles and people.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty wild.
Pretty impressive.
It was wild.
That adaptability
Yeah.
is crucial for Tesla's vision.
Okay.
They don't want a robot
Right.
confined to a lab.
Right. They want it to function in the real world.
They want Optimus
Yeah.
to function in messy, unpredictable environments.
Just like we do.
Just like we do.
Yeah.
That means being able to handle stairs,
Yeah.
uneven terrain,
Right.
even crowded rooms.
That's pretty ambitious.
It is ambitious.
But all of that requires serious brain power.
It does.
So we talked about the hardware, but how does the thinking part of Optimus work?
Right.
How do they make it learn and make decisions?
That's where AI comes in.
Okay.
And Tesla is taking a very different approach
Okay.
compared to other robotics companies.
Right.
Remember Moravec's paradox?
Yeah, Moravec's paradox.
It would be nearly impossible to program every single scenario Optimus might encounter.
Yeah, you can't program every possible scenario.
It's just not feasible.
Right.
So instead, they're focusing on teaching it to learn through observation and experience.
Okay, so they're not just giving Optimus a list of commands.
No.
They're actually teaching it to learn.
They are teaching it to learn.
That's amazing.
They're using a combination of techniques.
Okay.
One is supervised learning.
Supervised learning.
Where humans demonstrate tasks for the robot to imitate.
So like showing it how to do something.
Exactly.
Okay.
Imagine putting on a VR headset and showing Optimus how to, say, fold laundry step by step.
Okay.
And they're also experimenting with reinforcement learning.
Reinforcement learning. Now, that's the one where the robot learns through trial and error, right?
Yep.
Okay.
That's like teaching a dog a new trick.
Okay.
You don't give the dog a detailed manual on how to fetch.
Right. You just throw the ball.
You let it try. You reward it when it gets it right.
Right.
Over time, the robot or the dog learns to associate certain actions with positive outcomes and becomes more proficient.
And this ties back to something we talked about earlier, Optimus learning from watching videos.
Yes.
So you could theoretically show Optimus a YouTube tutorial.
Theoretically, yes.
And it could figure out how to do something new.
That's the idea.
It's incredible.
It's incredibly powerful.
It's powerful, but it also highlights the need.
It does.
For careful oversight.
Careful oversight, absolutely.
Right.
We need to ensure Optimus is learning from appropriate sources.
Right, and not picking up any bad habits.
Exactly.
So it's kind of like raising a child.
In a way, yes.
You have to be mindful of what they're exposed to.
You do.
But instead of bedtime stories...
We're talking about YouTube tutorials and data sets of real-world interactions.
Data sets, wow.
It's a new kind of parenting.
It is a new kind of parenting.
With a lot of unknowns.
With a lot of unknowns, yeah.
Tesla's approach is definitely pushing the boundaries.
It is.
But are other robotics companies using similar methods?
That's a good question.
Or are they sticking to more traditional approaches?
Right.
Some are exploring similar AI-driven techniques.
Okay.
But many, like Boston Dynamics,
Boston Dynamics,
are still focused on more traditional methods. They rely on really sophisticated engineering and precise control algorithms.
So it's kind of like the difference between a puppet master and a teacher.
I like that analogy.
Right. One is meticulously controlling every movement, while the other is guiding the student.
Guiding them.
To learn and grow independently.
Exactly.
Boston Dynamics robots are known.
They are.
For being incredibly precise and athletic.
Oh, they're amazing.
Right.
But they might be less adaptable to new situations. Think of their robot Atlas doing backflips.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing.
It is amazing.
But not necessarily something you need for everyday tasks.
Right. Not necessarily an everyday task.
Whereas Tesla's robots might be a bit clumsier at first.
Yeah.
But with the ability to learn, they could eventually become more versatile and useful in a wider range of situations.
It's a fascinating race to watch.
It really is.
Which approach will ultimately lead
open question
to more advanced robots?
But beyond the technical aspects, there's a bigger question looming.
Okay, yeah, what's the bigger question?
How is this robot revolution going to affect our lives?
Okay, yeah, let's talk about that.
Because it's
a little bit exciting.
It is exciting.
And a little bit scary all at the same time.
A little bit scary.
What are the potential real-world impacts of all this?
Well, the possibilities are vast.
Yeah.
And it's not just about jobs. It's about how these robots might change our homes, our workplaces, even our understanding of what it means to be human.
Wow. Okay, that's a big question.
It's a lot to process.
It is a lot to process.
But the more we understand, the better prepared we'll be.
True.
So let's start with the big one.
Okay.
Are robots going to steal all our jobs?
That's the big question everyone's asking.
It's complex.
It is complex.
Some experts predict massive job losses, while others believe robots will create new jobs and boost productivity. Instead of factory workers, we might have robot repair technicians or AI trainers. And who knows what new industries will emerge.
It's hard to predict.
Think about the early days of the internet. No one predicted social media influencers.
Oh, yeah.
Or esports.
That's a really good point.
So it's not all doom and gloom. But there will definitely be some big adjustments needed.
So there will be some changes.
Definitely. We'll need to rethink our education systems. Social safety nets. Even our basic ideas about work and leisure.
So let's move beyond the job market.
How
will robots affect our daily lives?
Yay.
Will we all have robot butlers serving us cocktails by the pool?
Well, it's not impossible.
Okay.
But seriously, imagine robots assisting with elder care.
Oh, yeah.
Providing companionship to people who are lonely.
That's a good point, yeah.
Or helping with chores so we have more time.
Right.
Things we enjoy.
That does sound pretty appealing.
It does.
But I also can't help but think of all those sci-fi movies.
I know.
Where robots turn on their creators.
Right. It's a common fear.
It is a common fear.
That's why developing robust safety protocols and ethical guidelines is so important.
Right.
We need to ensure these robots remain under human control.
And Elon Musk has been talking about that, hasn't he?
He has.
He mentioned a kill switch.
Yes.
And other safeguards to prevent robots from causing harm.
Yes, and he's emphasized the importance of transparency and collaboration in AI development.
So it's not just one company.
It can't be.
Or one group of people.
It needs to be a global effort.
Right.
We can't afford to have this technology controlled by a select few behind closed doors.
Right. It needs to be out in the open.
It does.
Okay.
It's a powerful tool.
Yeah.
And it needs to be developed responsibly.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
From the nuts and bolts of how these robots work to the mind-blowing potential impacts on society.
It's a lot to take in.
It is a lot to take in.
But one thing's for sure, the future is going to be a lot more interesting.
It is.
With robots in it.
All right. I think that's a good place to pause for part 2.
Okay.
We'll be back.
Sounds good.
To explore more about this robot revolution and what it means for all of us.
Stay tuned.
Welcome back to our deep dive into the world of humanoid robots. We've talked about some incredible advancements.
We have.
But one thing that keeps coming up is this idea of general purpose versus specialized robots.
Right.
It seems like companies are taking two very different approaches.
It really boils down to how they see robots fitting into society.
Okay.
The specialized approach is perfect for tasks that are clearly defined and repetitive, like welding on a car assembly line or sorting packages in a warehouse.
Right.
But Tesla, with Optimus, is aiming for something much more versatile.
Okay.
They envision robots that are less like automated machines and more like human assistants, capable of handling all sorts of different tasks.
So it's kind of like the Swiss Army knife versus a toolbox full of specialized tools.
Exactly.
The Swiss Army knife can do a little bit of everything.
Right.
While each tool in the toolbox is a master of its specific function.
That's a great analogy.
And Tesla believes
they do.
That flexibility will be key in the long run.
I think so, yeah.
If you need a robot to handle 100 different tasks around your home or business, having one adaptable machine is a lot more practical than having 100 specialized ones.
Absolutely.
Imagine the storage space you'd save.
Oh, I know.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. But it seems like the specialized robots are way ahead right now.
They are.
We've got robots doing surgery, building houses, even composing music.
It's incredible.
Yeah, right.
Specialized robots have a head start in those areas.
Okay.
But Tesla's catching up quickly.
Okay.
They're investing heavily in AI and leveraging their expertise in fields like computer vision and motion planning.
Okay.
Plus, they have a history of pushing boundaries and taking risks.
That's true.
Which could give them an edge.
Tesla's never afraid to shake things up.
Never.
But let's play this out.
Okay.
Imagine a world where these general-purpose robots actually exist. What would that look like?
It's an interesting thought.
What kinds of jobs or tasks would they be doing?
The possibilities are mind-boggling.
Right.
We've already talked about things like household chores, elder care, and companionship.
Right.
But beyond that, robots could work as construction workers.
Okay.
Firefighters, chefs, even teachers.
Robot teachers. Now, that's an interesting thought.
It is?
Would they be able to grade papers and give detention?
Maybe someday.
All right.
But seriously, imagine robots providing personalized tutoring tailored to each student's needs and learning style.
That would be pretty cool.
Or leading virtual field trips to ancient Rome.
Yeah.
Or the depths of the ocean.
That would be amazing.
It could completely revolutionize education.
Okay, that's pretty amazing. And what about healthcare?
Right.
I know robots are already assisting with surgery and other medical procedures.
And that's just the beginning.
So what else could they be doing?
Think about robots monitoring patients, dispensing medication, or even helping with physical therapy.
Okay.
They could also offer companionship and support to people who are isolated or recovering from illness.
This is starting to sound less like a robot revolution.
I know, right?
And more like a robot renaissance.
It really does.
Seems like these machines could help us.
They could.
Tackle some of the biggest challenges we face.
That's exactly the potential we're talking about.
That's a good point.
But it's important to remember, this technology isn't a magic bullet.
Right.
There are still a lot of risks and challenges we need to address.
You're right.
We talked about job displacement earlier.
Right.
And there are also ethical concerns.
Right. Like, where do we draw the line?
Exactly.
Do we really want robots making life or death decisions in healthcare?
Right.
Or shaping young minds in the classroom?
Those are valid questions.
Yeah.
And we need to be asking them.
We can't just ignore those questions.
We can't. We need to have open and honest conversations about these issues.
Involving not just engineers and scientists.
Right. But also ethicists.
Okay.
Policymakers, and the public.
Right. It's a conversation that needs to involve everyone.
Everyone.
This technology will affect everyone.
It will.
So everyone needs to have a voice.
Absolutely.
In shaping its future.
In shaping its future.
Absolutely. We can't just blindly embrace this technology without considering the potential downsides.
Right.
It's a bit like opening Pandora's box.
It is.
Once these robots are out in the world, there's no going back.
There's no going back.
That's why education and awareness are so important.
I completely agree.
The more people understand about this technology, the better equipped we'll be.
We will be.
To make informed decisions about its role in our lives.
About its role in our lives.
So to sum it up, humanoid robots are coming.
They are.
Ready or not.
Ready or not.
They have incredible potential.
They do.
To transform our lives for the better.
They do.
But they also present some serious challenges that we need to face head on.
We do.
It's both exciting and a little bit daunting.
It is.
But one thing's for sure.
What's that?
The future is going to be a whole lot more interesting.
Oh, yeah.
With robots in it.
A lot more interesting.
And maybe a little bit more complicated, too.
A little more complicated.
So to all our listeners out there, stay informed, stay curious.
Stay curious.
And stay engaged in the conversation.
Yes.
The choices we made today will shape the world these robots will inhabit tomorrow. This deep dive has been just a taste of what's to come.
Just a taste.
So keep exploring. Keep asking questions.
Keep asking questions.
And keep imagining what's possible.
What's possible?
Who knows what incredible robotic advancements await us just around the corner.
The future is full of possibilities.